Alrighty, it is Wiggle Wire and Poly Day. Finally! Finally, it's Poly for me. I've waited so long and I am excited. Finally! Okay, nope, sorry. Time out. It's not that kind of video. Today, we're going to install the Wiggle Wire and the Poly on two 14x40 greenhouses. Stick with me. Alright, so before the poly goes on, we need to get the Wiggle Wire channel installed everywhere that it needs to be. So, I have one running all the way down the top rail, as you can plainly see. This is, I don't know, it's an aluminum channel that the poly gets laid over top of, and then Wiggle Wire pinches the poly into that. So it goes up and over the last ribs, the end walls of each greenhouse, down along the top rail. And I actually added some down on the lower part, just because I want to do my roll-up sides a little bit later when it dries out a bit. So this stuff is actually pretty easy to work with. They come in 24-foot long pieces. I guess you could get those cut down. I kind of felt like 24 would be perfect. So I'm just installing the last end wall right now. And it may look awkward. It really wasn't all that bad. I mean, you do have a fair length of it just jutting out in the air, but it's aluminium, or however it's pronounced wherever you're from. If you gently bend it, it'll form around all of those little bends and twists and turns. So installing it was really not that big a deal. I think we used 3/4 inch hex head self-tapping metal bits. And I don't know, it went in like a dream. So I did have some help that day, which I'm extremely thankful for. When it comes to cutting the Wiggle Wire channel, we just use a little circular saw, quicker than a hacksaw, and it's aluminum. It's not exactly the world's strongest metal, but it'll do for these purposes. There we go, second last bolt going in. Dylan has the honors of the last one, and we are just about ready for some poly. So this was fun. I got these links, 100-foot rolls. They're 36 feet wide. So basically what we did, my greenhouses are 40 feet. So we measured 42 feet so that we had an overhang so that we could pull it tight. And in this picture here, I think I'm just using a 2x2 piece of wood as a straight edge. And just cutting through, nothing unbelievably crazy. I'm not sure why I left it up here for so long. Maybe because Dexter's in there running around being cute. I don't know. But anyway, so we cut that, roll the rest of it up, and then from there, it's funny, the guys were asking, well, how do we do this? I don't know. So we just decided to open up the end closest to us and, well, quite simply, just drag it over. We had two of us on the inside with ladders so that we could, kind of help ease it over the peak. But it honestly, it went up. It went up quicker than what I thought it was going to. So that was very fortuitous. And also we had like next to no wind that day. I think we had one wind gust, and it actually helped us blow it in place to how we needed it. So once you have that on there, we experimented with different ways of where to attach the Wiggle Wire first. On this greenhouse, we started from the middle because we had that fairly tight, and then worked our way to the outsides with the Wiggle Wire. We did notice that there was a few little sags and droops and this type of thing, so we took that off. We raised a couple of the ribs up, and that made a huge difference for us getting that poly on there nice and tight. I think in the future I would do the end pieces of Wiggle Wire first. It seemed to work just a little bit better. All right, hey folks. Okay, so I'm gonna go over real quick what ended up happening here. My camera died, which I was too busy just trying to get things going on. So I apologize for it. Probably not being an overly awesome video, but man, they're on. The poly is on. So in the previous video, you would have seen us putting on the Wiggle Wire channel and then the wire itself once the poly got on. Let me see. I don't know what I can tell you that isn't sort of self-explanatory. I still gotta cut this door out, and then I'll tape this to the door jamb. But basically, we've got our first layer of poly on. I am going to do a double layer, but I wanted to get the first layer on and tight and right. And as soon as I get my blower fans to blow air in between the two layers, I'll get the second layer on. But I basically I will have roll up sides. It's just, I don't know if you can, I just don't feel like crawling around there and doing that right at this particular time. I'd like it to dry out just a little bit more, but I will need to get that done fairly soon, because it is gonna get hot in there. I mean, as soon as we have a nice 10-12 degree day, it's gonna be toasty inside there, and I don't need to be burning any seedlings. So what I did was I just put a easily removable piece of wiggle wire channel and wiggle wire in the ends, and then I just battened them to the bottom railing, and basically just like I did the ends as well. We just tacked it up there with a hammer tacker, and battened everything on. These could be a little tighter. I might be redoing some, but at the end of the day, it's they're all sealed up. The poly for up and over, I went with a 36-foot piece. I think it was 34, kind of base to base, so that gave me a little bit extra. And then I also got a roll of 16-foot wide, because these are 14, and then I'm using those just for the end walls. So, but here we go. Snow's melting nice in here. Like, okay, so here's in here, right? And there's not with a greenhouse on it. So you can see how much of a difference it's already made. So, like I say, 14 feet across, and I think it's 10 and a half or 11 high. Mr. Wayne and Miss Patty out at Spring Hill Farms, I was chatting with them today regarding vents, and I've been assured that it's tougher to cool a greenhouse down than it is to heat it up. So I will be getting those roll-up sides rocking here as soon as I can, and I'm going to put a couple of pieces of wood there and figure out what I need to do with the venting. Just keep in mind, I still don't have power out here. I still don't have water. So, again, I have big plans for this year, but most of that is going to have to do with just getting everything set up the way that I want it to. So this was kind of a nice first step, I gotta be honest. So excited to get a bit of help from the boys. That was really nice. My nephew Dylan, Shane, another buddy Cam came out and gave me a hand. So that was, again, like I say, that was fantastic. I don't know what else I can show you folks. I mean, I think there'll be maybe a little more to show you when I get the blowers and I get those installed. But I'm going to have 4 beds in each one of those, so it's going to be 8 beds in the greenhouses altogether. So there you go. Anybody that has any advice, words of wisdom, if you have a greenhouse, please leave it in the comment section below. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. It was funny, we're all standing, so how does this stuff go on? I'm like, I don't know. I've watched a few people, do it, but I think we have a couple of little tears that I'll get some clear tape and we'll patch those up. But really, it went on, I think it went on pretty good. So anyway, there's a quick little update on the sheathing of my erections, or putting the poly on the greenhouses, whichever one works best for you. So have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.